you like what you see, then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what we do, then smash that like button too. And if you love to drink it down, leave a comment down below. I like Radar Crypto. I like Radar Crypto. I like Radar Crypto. Radar.
Trying to get to you when you're on the low. Trying to get to you when it's on the line. Had enough, had enough, had enough. Trying to tell you that it's time to give it up. Trying to tell you that you're never gonna shine. It's enough, it's enough, it's enough. But when you're going down, falling to your knees, it's time to believe. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. Cause we all walk to the same beat, and from town to town feel like giving in. Had enough, had enough, had enough. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Oh, when you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When you're looking for a place to heal it, searching for a rhyme and reason, just stand up, stand up, stand up. We're all gonna take a beating, and I said it was gonna be easy. So rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Got my eyes on you, and you got no clue what I'm supposed to do. I can't help myself. Little by little, piece by piece, I couldn't take was not yours. If you know who I am, when the night will fall, I'll haunt your dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. Please fasten your seatbelts. Hold on. We will be flying through a lot of coins today.
Until I'm complete.
And about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to the daytime crypto charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane and I will be your guide, your Road Dog today, helping to guide you through crypto. Interesting day. We're seeing a little bit more volume come into our altcoins. Had a scary little look last night on the live stream right before we left. That bad situation did not play out. So we're back today to take advantage of that. For those of you guys looking for a wallet, just quickly, just show you the discount that you can get just by typing in DAWG, DOG. DOG is your discount code if you're wanting a Tangent wallet. Get 10% off. Order through the app or on the Tangent website itself. Very secure wallet, awesome wallet, so easy to use. I got one right here. I use it all the time. But as a perk for you guys watching, that discount code is for you. Not only does it help the channel, which I very much appreciate, because this channel costs money, but it also gives you a nice 10% discount on a very secure product. I love Tangent. So for this past hour, altcoins have been experiencing some green on the daily. A lot of them have been experiencing some green. The scare last night was us coming back and kind of flirting with breaking this trend line again. We've already touched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but yet we got our bounce. And we are still maintaining above this $405 billion area here on total 3. That's the main thing that I am looking for my altcoins. It's the thing that we've been following for a long time, and it's worth just kind of checking out a little bit today, getting the big picture of what I see and why I'm so bullish on altcoins right now. We've been in this falling channel forever. It's also got an inverted head and shoulders pattern there that has a measured move at $525 billion, meaning that about $115 more billion can come into altcoins, driving the prices crazy. Now, on the smaller time frames, we were looking at the possibility of getting that retest because this pattern has a strong chance of getting a retest. I wasn't expecting it personally till probably second half of December, maybe coming up here and then getting pulled back and maybe getting a big drop back to these areas. Last night, it was looking like it was flirting with coming back there earlier, which is whew. And some people were getting out of their positions, and that's completely understandable. But today, it's just a little bit more of a fake out. I'm actually going to kind of line this line up just a little bit better with these wicks that I've got down here. So I'm going to take just a moment to do that because it's just always good to kind of stay as accurate as you can. I'm up to the top of those wicks there, give us a little bit more leeway here. It's still been breaking through, meaning that eventually when it comes back and retests this, that it may not have the same luck as holding up. So that's just something to keep in mind. But right now we look like we have a good go for altcoins, especially here on the 4 hour. I like what I'm seeing on the MACD. Nice little double bottom situation there with it. Histogram going to the upside. Not yet got our bullish cross there, but it looks like it's coming. Our daily on the MACD, we might all pay attention to. Not so bullish. She's starting to get that bearish cross on the daily, so let's keep that in mind. The daily will kind of rule out, so maybe we will get this break. I'm just, we've can't rule out the bigger time frames. If we do, we get a drop down a few $1 billion. maybe next week will not be so great for altcoins from what I'm seeing here on the daily. So the thing is probably to take advantage of what you can and look for good projects to get in. But for this weekend, for the next couple of days, I think the 4 hours got our back to at least come up a few more billion here. And we're definitely see some improvement in some of these bags today. And some winners keep on running. We're going to take a look at some of the winners here. We're going to take a look at some that you may need to put on your radar. These are ones that are showing some good signs of either pulling back to a good spot to get into it, or they're getting ready to set up to do something kind of nice and big. Before I do that, I do want to check out with my chat. A lot of times they let me know if things are wrong with my stream, so I'd like to do that earlier. We got Strega in the house. We got Bobo. That's what I'm going to call you. I like that name. ICB is about to make a move, is what Bobo's saying. I hope I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. ICP. Let's take a look at ICP. This one could be a dark horse in crypto. It did not get a fair shake when it got its launch, but she is a little bit investor heavy, like early guys heavy. That may have leveled out with the sad price action that it's had, because it's been dumped. It has. I mean, it started out high and she was really high. Look, I mean, we're talking like $600 when she first pumped out. A lot of hype. Alameda had his fingers in this and just kind of ran this one to the ground. It was just an interesting story listening to the founders and the people, the team over there, ICP, talk about how Alameda kind of just did them. Right now, we got this area that was support. We can carry this line over a little bit. It makes a little bit more sense. Support here, support here, support here, resistance, and now we got to fight through that. So this level that we're at right now, about 450, 458, that is key. We're trying to get above it. It's a little bit of a struggle. It may struggle, and even if it does struggle, it may flatline out there for a little bit, consolidating before making a bigger move. Eventually, I am looking for a bigger move up here, especially to this 100 weekly moving average, about 822. And there's also a measure move, just depending on wherever we possibly may break out of this channel. And I'm kind of guesstimating right up here, right up toward this previous wick. It gives us some confluence that that price would be coming into play at some later date, about $8 or $9.80. So this one may take a little while, but once it starts moving, it's got some possibilities to make some big jumps to recover all this empty space through all these areas here. So jumping up from around, $9-10, going up to 20, just doubling really easy could be in the picture, and then doubling up to 40. I mean, that's the kind of moves. And once we get past $70, who knows how we will attack this problem with that big sell-off, because there's just no support there. It'll actually have a nice chance to do some real price, should we say discovery, some true price discovery. So this is one that I've had on my radar for a while. I've just got a little bag of it just sitting there, just waiting to let it do what it does. It's been in some yummy areas for quite a long time, for over a year. And if you're looking for a dark horse play, it's one of many that may do good. Another one to look at is Cadena. I don't think this is one to discount either, and it's doing some nice things here, starting to make a little bit of a turnaround. We're on the weekly time frame here. If you look, we got a breakout with volume of a falling wedge pattern, and that gives us a measure move right up to about $1.16, and even on up to $1.41 out of this coin that's sitting at 58 cents. Getting back to these levels will make me happy. I'm excited to see it get above $1.40. I'm not going to say if it ever. I'm confident that it will, and once it gets past there, then we can start seeing some major gains where we start getting some price back. And then again, like we just saw with ICP, there's this whole range right here with no support from $2 to $6 where it can just jump right back up there quickly, regain all this ground, because there's nothing there but just straight sell pressure. There's empty order. There's just empty space here. There's no fight in this game once we get to this point, and we can just bump up there. So a nice one to put on your radar, Kadena, if it's not there right now. Oh, the weekly looks good. The daily is showing some good signs of recovery here. We've flipped this area of about 53, 54 cents into support now. We may retest that area. Quite healthy if it does, no problems if it does. Are you doing this to me again? I put memory in you, computer. So a little retracement like that that's normal. We lost this train right here, this run up. We lost that support, we lost that trend line. So a little retracement's in order now, but then we can keep going. As we just want to make sure that if we lose this 200, that we bounce right back above it. We want to keep track of that. But the signs are saying that even though we may even fight, we're getting set up for some good future movements here for Kadena. So another one to put on your radar. We got DeFi guy in the house, and there's Strega. I'm just keeping a tab on the chat up there. All right. So here's one that we cover a lot on our channel right now, and it is pumping. We probably need to talk about this one. I don't want you guys to be at a loss, but we got some interesting situations that are going on with Synverse. I hear noises. All right, so Synverse is broken out of, pretty much a channel. It's got some nice measure moves. Now, one thing that I'm not liking about this particular move that I do want to point out, if I can get my screen to cooperate with me. What are you doing, man? There's no reason for this computer to be so slow right now. There's just not. Here we go. Maybe I fixed the problem. Now I came up to some targets here at 0.014 cents. That's great. I got another target at 0.016. It could go a lot higher. We're getting a breakout of this falling channel here, but we're getting some lackluster volume here. I'm not seeing the volume that I want for this. Now it's interesting because Synverse right now has got some news, so we may be looking at a buy the rumor, sell the news event on the 20th, which is Monday. They're going to be opening up this marketplace, the first rated R metaverse multiplayer game, a 150x gem, which I'm not doubting. But they got a little news going on here, and usually what you'll see happen, doesn't mean that's going to happen perfectly this time, but usually, we get sell-offs. I mean, we had this nice little run up here. This was for a land sale, and then after the land sale, we came down. Will we see the same thing with this market thing? With the lack of volume, I'm starting to think maybe, yeah. If this was like a real strong breakout, we would see lots of volume coming in here. Basically what this is that the big holders are backing off of their selling lines, letting that kind of draw price up to the upside, and then that can come down as these prices start to go up. I'm no different. I've got some Synverse that I'm trying to take a little bit of profit on through these ranges. I may regret that, but it's not a big portion of my bag. I'm not selling all my Synverse or anything like that. I am seeing the possibility of this thing doing some big gains, so not leaving that, but I do want to take advantage of maybe the situation presenting itself now so I can buy in cheaper when we start coming back, maybe down to 0.006 cents. We could take a good nice little 30, 40, 50% dump from up here at 0.016 cents. It could happen. We're just trying to play it. Now this is on the 5-day chart. Looking on the 1-day chart, we've lost the 9 moving average. So I see a possibility that, we could come down to some of these areas, 0.008. We can also go up. Now the 4-hour is going to tell us a little bit more here. 4-hour has the possibility to do this little number. Or something very similar. It could get us to a couple of places, about 1.9. And right up here, the 0.022 has some correspondence with another measure move that we have right there. So those are just some ideas. And if we move up here, I will probably move a little bit more Synverse over to the exchanges just to take a little bit more profit. Because these things don't go only straight up. My biggest rule is just not to sell all my bag. I'm not even trying to sell a quarter of my bag at this point. But I do want to pay myself for all the time that we spent down here at the low lows. Got to make it worth my while a little bit. So that's just my take on Synverse at the moment, and your thoughts may vary. You may have a totally different plan. You may be diamond handing this thing till it reaches, you know, a full penny, which is like a 10x from here. And God bless you, those bags will grow. Nextera is one that maybe should be on your radar. Alliance Blockchain Nextera. Want to look at this over on the KuCoin chart. Have we not got it charted over here? Yeah, we do. It's doing something interesting. I like this. So we've got kind of this Adam and Eve kind of double bottom scenario going on here with this nice little neckline. We're coming down, and this is what this pattern usually does. We get a neckline usually, or we get a flag usually above that neckline, and it may come down to 0.083. It's sitting at 0.088. However you want to look at it, it's got a nice move to the upside. And whether you want to look at just in the shorter term, as being something more like a bull flag. You're killing me, Smalls. It's time to switch out computers today, I believe. I guess that will be my project. That measure move can take us up to this 1.27 Fibonacci area. That's some confidence right there that this target of 13.3 cents is likely to be met. We also have a measure move at 12.3 cents from some different targets. I mean, we've also got kind of this descending triangle type pattern. Kind of gives us some confidence up to some of these areas as well, those measure moves. Basically, number go up, and as long as we're flipping this area for support, it's a beautiful thing. Don't do this to me today. Come on now. I thought I had this problem solved. She doesn't want to drive. She doesn't want to, what is taking up all the problem here? Alrighty. So she can come down. I obviously can't draw it on here for some reason, and go much, much higher. So Nextera, may want to put that one on your radar. I'm gonna see if I can refresh this, see if that helps us out. Sand is a metaverse play. May have mixed feelings about this one. This one's taking a nice big hit. Remember, this guy was, you know, it was up here about $8. Even hung around 360 for the longest time. When it went. It pumped from 83 cents all the way up to about $8. Not all at once. There was some drawbacks, but on the weekly, it looks very impressive. Now we've come back to those areas and even below. Still have not made a lower low than what we saw back in June of 2021. So interesting. Had a little breakout here and there. Let's take just a bigger look and see what we've got. Got a nice little channel right there when we zoom out. Partial decline that we're working on there. And we're getting some volume here. I'd like to see a lot more for this breakout idea, but now there is a measure move from this little guy. Suggesting that we may come back up to about the 95 cent area for this. Now, if you like to 2x your bags, in my opinion, this would be one to probably put on your radar for that possibility. Now that was the weekly chart. On the daily, let's check this out and see what's going on. Are you losing ground? She's actually doing good, but she still has a struggle until, you know, this 100 and this 50 actually get above that 200 moving average. That's going to take a little while for that to happen. So there will be probably just a little higher highs, higher lows is what I'm expecting, but struggling through this area up to around 60 cents and down to, you know, even 35. We could see that. Hope we don't. I hope we stay above this 200. But there is a chance to drop below it and kind of bounce around a little bit. Just throwing that out there. Now on the daily, you got to pay attention to the MACD. She just went bearish on us, so a pullback is probably in order here for sand, meaning that, like, don't necessarily have to jump in it right now. I'll be looking probably about this 36 cents area that looks juicy as a possible place to kind of load up a little bit on Sandbox for a bigger play. Something just popped off in my ears and I don't know what it is. Striker says, been getting a lot of Windows updates. Might be it. I'm getting ready to switch this computer out today after it did that though. I got a new one, I just have not hooked it up yet. It should be a lot faster. This one's not bad. I bought this one when I started my channel, so I'm surprised that I'm maxing out this CPU a lot. Has been making the system crawl. That may be what I'm going through. One of the Windows updates really messed it up and it wouldn't start again. Had to put new power supply. I don't know. It was a mess on this one. So still, this is not a bad computer. But overall, Sandbox, we've broken support. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. We broke our main trend, but now look, we got this little wick down there. So really, she should be coming down and bouncing off of this. She goes below that, well, we're looking at a different animal entirely, and that would be entirely bearish, but I can't see that happening with the way our market's moving at the moment. Highly likely we'll come down here about 35, 36 cents on Sandbox, and then we can start looking at some of these crazy targets about 96 cents, and to me, that makes an excellent potential swing trade setup. A lot of you guys, a lot of the tubers are putting out, you know, treating everybody like day traders. Everybody's not day traders unless you've already made your money in the market and you can sit home and day trade all day, which is, it's a lot of work with a lot more risk to, all honestly, swing trade, long-term holds, that's where your biggest gains come from. I can prove that with my rune bag, which has now just become my biggest bag of all my altcoins. How crazy it just went up. And I like that. A lot better than me sit here trying to leverage trade it. Getting in and getting out. Sometimes you just got to get in and stay in at the bottoms, and that's the whale strategy. That's the OG strategy, and we're still in bottom territory. So if you feel like you've been missing out, it's not true. It's not true. There were definitely better times to buy, but few people did because it was just scary, and you know, you had this kind of self-talk or this kind of thing like you're a dumbass if you buy that now kind of vibe going on when it's bear. It's just like, it's gonna go lower until one day it decides to keep on going higher. Sand, I think, can make a bit of a turnaround. Will it do great? Does it have fantastic? I don't know. We're going by the technicals. I'm not looking so much at the fundamentals right now, but it's done good before. It can do good again. The metaverse narrative will come back, because that's a thing. FTM Phantom is starting to get a little traction, so we don't want to neglect it. I'm not wanting futures contract. I want the actual spot. Let's go with Binance chart here. Nice higher highs, higher lows. It's doing great. Like it. I like it. So nice double bottom scenario going on here, possibly a triple bottom. Great setup, and we got a falling wedge pattern that we broke out to with some volume there. Nice. We can definitely head up to some bigger prices. Now this is just short term. We're looking at 47 cents and possibly 55 cents just as some short term goals there, right? Possibility even coming up to 78 cents just going by this swing high to that swing low. Those are some simple targets to look at there. I like to color code these so I can remember what they are. My gallows are my 618 Fibonacci areas, which have a tendency to get hit, and also a tendency for price to be, you know, rejected there. But if it gets above it, hey baby, things start looking really good. There's also a measure move that we can take, applying this to the breakout, and this suggests also confluence with the 786 Fibonacci area. So I'm actually going to switch this one over to that 54, almost 55 cents possible, and we're sitting at 32 cents. Now there definitely can be pullbacks, don't get it twisted, and 21 moving average is a great place to put for a possible pullback area. We could get that, although I'm not really seeing signs of that at the moment. My key advice is to always look at the 9 moving average, and as long as we're closing candles above it, we're staying above it, we're in an uptrend. If we lose it, we may come back to the 21 or whatever is right near the 21. If the 200's not, we might retest the 200. Losing the 21, and then we just go down the cycle to the 50. It can bounce off the 50, but that's a steeper retracement, meaning we kind of lost steam, maybe getting ready to do something else, that kind of deal. But bumping off the 9 and the 21, it's up. Those are great, and you can track it like the 9 moving average on the daily. If you come over to the 4 hour, then you're kind of messing with them all, the 9, the 21, and the 50. It can get a bounce off the 50 and still do good here. All these moving averages are going to the upside on Phantom, so the momentum is there to pull us up. And on the weekly, she's just getting started, baby. She's just getting started. So if you're not in it, you can find a place to get in it at some of those juicy pullback areas. But it looks like she is also getting ready to rock. And it doesn't stop there. It does not stop there. Our targets for Phantom for long-term holds. This swing high down to our swing lows right here. We want to see Phantom get to 93 cents. That is going to be our major target to look at. The 236 Fibonacci area. We've got to get above that to go bullish. So I'm looking for that. After that one, I'm eyeballing 216 and 270. After that, we're looking at 427, maybe up to 538. So this is a long-term look. If you guys have ever played Fibonacci on the lower time frames, you see the value of how this stuff works, and it's no different on the bigger time frames. Great way to get some targets. And so if you're looking for something out of Phantom, possible 12, 13x, holding this one for a little while. And as crazy as this next bull market may get as we get wider and wider adoption, and it will keep growing exponentially. More and more people around the world are going to say, crypto? Maybe I should dip my toes in. All those people coming in are going to push all these bags higher. We can see much, much higher. This could be a really, really very profitable bull market just because of the mass adoption that we've been waiting so long for that's finally coming about. Come over and check out the chat here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I think we're good. All right, another one to keep on your radar is Aave. Ave's doing some stuff. Now we're on the 3-day chart here, bigger time frame. As we cut out all the noise and we can appreciate the bigger scene, because all this little stuff, if you're going to start charting this on the 15-minute, you even want to be in and out, in and out. No, the bigger trade is where you're going to see your gains. A lot less worry, set it, forget it. There is a chance that we may come back down here to this area, about $78. Juicy area if we do get what we call a retest, a little retracement, a little pullback. We got up to $110. So a nice little 30% pullback. Juicy. We want those 30% pullbacks on these altcoins. That's going to be kind of typical. We go up, we drop back down. So you're either going to ride that and be cool with it. If you're going to ride it, you want to wait for these pullbacks and add a little bit more to your bags and kind of build them up as we go. If you haven't already accumulated down here, that's the strategy that we use to build our little bags, always buying pullbacks. Great DCA strategy there. Wait for those big red candles and everybody gets scared saying we're going to zero. A little TA can help you kind of figure out what areas to come in, but a bounce here and then we're headed up to 151 and then higher. Ave is one that makes a great long-term hold. Here we were charting it way back over in 2020, right around these same juicy areas. And do you know what it did? $565, dropped to about $300 and then popped right back. 2x again, it's like 665. That's why I want to be an Ave. Just playing around the chart, see if I see anything kind of very interesting. That channel held. Of course, we're out of that, so that's old news now. That gives us a target around 353, top of that channel. Just throwing some prices out there for you. If you wanted to do the little guesstimation here. Now look, that Fibonacci line came up with a half. There was confluence right with that. Nailed it right there without even having to. The fib just confirms it, right? 433 is definitely in the picture for Ave. We're sitting at $88 right now, possibly going to $78, and eventually going to $433, $539. Definitely on the table there. And how about $846? How about $936? Of course, this is months, maybe even a year away to get to something like that, but nice 10x potential. I'm seeing an Ave. It's just a nice one that when it moves, it does move, and it's more of a blue chip. So this is one that, like, when I take profits in some, I may, DCA, add just a little bit to my bags as she gradually goes up, trying to catch these pullbacks in there with whatever dry powder. Just keep adding to my winners slowly for my long-term holds as they go on, and this just helps you build a bigger bag to sell off at higher profit. It just wouldn't be right if we didn't look at BitTensor Tau, which is just tearing it up, blasting through my targets. Oh! Just didn't quite nab this one right here, that 618 variable 252, but we tried, baby. Knocked out our measure move and then some at 204, and that was for this megaphone pattern that we have. So targets have been reached. So congratulations to anybody that's been on this one, because it just keeps going up. This one and Caspa going crazy. So measure move got hit. Now we kind of need to look and see, well, what the heck is going on. Let's get rid of some of these areas. Is there a good place to get back into this one? What has happened is that we broke bullishly out of a bearish pattern. And we're getting some upside. And I guess we have reached the measure move from just the pattern we broke out of. And we're getting some resistance there. That's quite normal. The 4 hour says that it wants to take a pullback. But the area to try to get in is about 190. If you're trying to look for a place to add this to your bag to maybe nibble, a pullback to here is what we're hoping for. It's not guaranteed, but a good chance to get a pullback to the breakout area before we start continuing to the upside. We are still continuing a parabolic move here. Not looking like it's ready to stop just yet. I think we're working on stage 3 from what I can see. Up to 5 stages. This guy could keep going to 357. It is crazy. The beauty of this one is the low supply of this and quite the demand. And as this goes to other exchanges, the argument is made that, well, they're going to have to buy it outright. A lot of potential for this one to see some big numbers, and it has seen big numbers. Now, we've been covering this one on my stream for over a year. Looking back at I think in October of last year. So we've seen it around these $50 to $60 prices here. It's where I first started nibbling at this. And now she's taken off. My only risk was not just building a big old huger bag, but hey, I got a good start, and now even if I add to this on these pullbacks, my entry's so low that it's still, yeah. And on some of these pullbacks, I have added a little bit. And so where my entry was once about $60, I think I'm running average, I think, according to KuCoin, right about 100, just right above this solid support area there. So I see great things for this one, great potential. I like Tau. Strega says candy store season when it comes back in town. Yeah, when these things go on sale, I like to be like a kid in a candy shop. We talked about this one a few times. This is Waves. Nice little setup here. Let's go to the bigger time frame. She's been doing good, getting a little bit of a retracement, but you can see got some big moves possible. It's just now got the golden cross here, 50 crossing the 200 moving average. That is your official buy signal. Official, hey, is ready to go bullish, but now there can be a pullback, and we saw one right down here at about 202. I'm saying anywhere from 173 to the price that it is now is accumulation zone. It's the easiest way I can put it. We could pull back here to 178. There's no guarantees. We just got to bounce off of the 21, which is what it should do for upward action. We can use that wick here as a, an extended trend line. A safety net trend line. It looks like that one is what has been holding. We wick down there, so $2 not a bad price for Waves, and it can do some damage if you're willing to wait a little while for a long-term hold. I mean, we were down these prices before. It pumped up to $4, pulled back down to $2, pumped up to $9, pulled back to $4. That's the kind of price action it did. Pumped up to $14, pulled back to $8. It gives you, it's a great one to try to trade if you keep this in mind, because it likes to double, pull back, double, pull back, double, pull back, and then go crazy. If you're catching this, you can grow this bag huge on the way up, taking out all your risk. And this area, where is this? At this 200 moving average, we got a support resistance area right here. This $9 makes a great target. That's going to be a little area that is going to have some, it's going to have to deal with that one. But in my personal opinion, that one makes a great target. Get rid of some of those yellow dots there. So definitely one to keep on your radar, my personal opinion here. But she got up to $40. came back to 12. Big drop. I mean, big drop. So it's one that you like to take profits on when it starts going, right? Look at this crazy move. It went from 36 to 9 to 64. So you got to kind of watch this one so you don't just ride the roller coaster, but it's got some great potential for some great gains if you play it right. So, waves. Alex is on the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? With the stacks, layer 2. Alex Lab's looking interesting to me. A lot of those things, ordinals have been popping off. A lot of the Bitcoin ecosystem. I don't think you want to ignore it. I think you want a little taste of it, or at least think about it. Here on the weekly, we have regained the 9 moving average. Very positive. Possible breakout, depending on how you draw this trend line. I think this is a little bit more accurate right here. Volume coming in on this breakout. Let's go ahead and get rid of that red line. This is much more accurate. It probably doesn't look as good on the smaller time frames though. So, I mean, this is a nice pattern. It does have some volume, some nice rounding shapes here. This is the bottom areas here. So basically accumulation is been all through here under 80 cents and below, right? So still a decent play, or 8 cents and below. We're at 6 cents now. There's no telling what this one could do. It's its first bull run, but if we needed to kind of guess, let's just lay down some ground rules here. Same things that we use with our fibs here. We want to see it get above 9.5. It's got to. If it doesn't, we're in range territory. We're just going to be doing this for a while. If it does, then we're ready to start moving up and start looking at these higher numbers. Noticeably around 17, 18 cents, 21, 22 cents. Possibility to see 32 to 35 cents out of this in the long range there, longer term. Our typical measure move suggests that we hit this area of about 13 cents. But honestly, it's a little hard to judge that because we also have this wick to consider. If we were to take Bukowski's measure move, which I think I'll do here. Applying his multiplier, which is about 62. That gives us some confidence right up here, right around 19 cents. I'm going to mark that little guy. Put that as a Bukowski measure move. If you don't know what a Bukowski measure move is, if all this is a little bit foreign to you, you're getting bombarded with people telling you need to pay them to join a trading group or something like that to learn how to do this. No, you just need to keep your eyes open. Watch my channel. Join my free Telegram group. I got all kinds of resources over there. My first advice would be to go to thepatternSite.com. Free website by the master Thomas Bukowski when it comes to pattern trading. He is the GOAT. He has got all the alpha. He is the true alpha. This is where your percentages, your probabilities, and everything come from. They're often misquoted by a lot of people on YouTube that have not really studied Bukowski. Just kind of take hit and miss from him. But if you want the real deal, this is where you do it. This is your textbook. It is free. You can even order his chart pattern encyclopedia, which I actually have here, but I've also got the PDF available over on our Telegram group for free. It's like not a cheap book. But that is my suggestion if this seems foreign to you, and it's not hard. It's not hard. Just stick around, ask questions in my Telegram, ask questions here on the stream, and I'll happily explain this stuff. YFI, you don't want this one to be off your radar. This one's interesting. It had a huge dump last night, which means huge opportunity. It was up to 15,800. There was a huge sell-off. Does that mean don't touch it? Hell no, this means, baby, I'm looking at you hard now. I'm dipping my fingers into that cookie jar. My cookie's looking good. I like it. I don't care. You may come down more, but right now on the 2 hour, you're bouncing off the 200. Let's look at the daily chart here. What did it do on the daily? It does what it can normally do. It came down to retest this 22 moving average, this 21 moving average, all the way to 8,300. Man, that was a serious drop. So if you were doing leverage on this one, which I was, you probably got smacked, which I did, but I turned right in and I jumped right in on that. So I've been nibbling at this guy because I know what YFI can do, and it's a good long-term hold, good blue chip. It's a good one to nibble in on, and right now is a good time in my personal opinion. With that big drop, it's still a healthy drop. Now look what happened. To really appreciate this, you got to understand how this works. We've kind of got this ascending wedge, or maybe just depend on how you want to draw it. Maybe she's a little symmetrical, maybe she's a little falling, but she's a triangle breakout, break to the upside, right? Usually at least come up to where they started, at least, and this one did and went above. Now, I guess we need to get these lines off of here so we can see what's going on. Even though the daily just makes it look like it's going straight up, right? Well, there is a chance for it to come back for a retest, and that's what it did. Where price goes up and it comes back to the breakout point before traveling up. That's healthy. That's what we just saw at YFI. That was a gift. That was a gift. And currently we're trading at 98. $9,800. And when you look on the 4 hour, it looks really beautiful. Now, will it come back down here? It could. It may not. This may be all we need. It may go sideways a little bit. But my crypto opinion is, and what I'm actually doing with this guy, you know, anywhere through here is buy zone in my personal opinion, above this trend line. Moving averages look awesome, even on the 4 hour. We've just reclaimed the 9 moving average. Maybe we'll test the 9 again. Maybe. Let me swip over to regular candles here. We're a little bit below the 9 moving there. We're right in our little box. Ichimoku cloud looks good. I like what I'm seeing here. There is just, it's just, you know, the market's a little scared of it right now, causes the pushback and everything, but I'm telling you, great opportunity to get in this again cheap. Good chance to double your money fairly quickly now since we're getting a retest, and we should be headed up to around 19,000 before too long. Just throwing that out there. If you don't like it, you don't have to mess with it. But if you do like it, you probably like what I'm saying there because it gives you an opportunity to grow some nice mags. Remember, this guy got up to around $90,000 and we're just sitting at, it can do a 10x from here. Long term, fairly solid play. Another one to look at, which I don't think we mentioned in a while, is AIOZ. It's on Coinbase, KuCoin, Gate.io. I think it's also on Crypto.com. Have a nice day today. Now, what's it doing that's so interesting? We got these candle close areas right here. So she's trying to move up. She broke up above that, and we can definitely do some more. Now, this is the 4 hour. Before we get too rambunctious and too bullish, let's take a step back, see what's going on here with AIOZ. AIOZ. AIOZ network. What do you look like? What kind of trouble we got ourselves into here? What can we be looking at? 20 cents. And remember, we're at 3 cents right now. 20 to 35 seems to be a little zone it has some problems with from time to time. I'm going to narrow this down, put that line right there at 29 cents because it's got to get above that. $0.74 looks nice for a long-term target. So does 94. And when it moves, it does like to move a lot. So that would be the payoff right there. That was a nice one. It was about 300% move. 500% move. So it's those kind of moves that make it kind of worth being in on these things. And you just kind of have to get in, sit there and ride it. But she's showing some signs. Let's look at the signs on the smaller time frames. We leveled off here at 1.1 cent. Right now, we're trying to flip this area. So the safe entry, in my personal opinion, if you're looking at this, wait for a retest of this area about 3 cents and we start making a higher high. Buying in here, and then I think you got some more upside. You can easily 2 or 3x from there, so we start heading up toward 9 cents. Now the 4 hour is what's looking so juicy. And it looks like it is trying to just go step by step. One of the things I will point out here is that we did break out of a rising triangle, which means she's trying to go parabolic on the 4 hour. She's trying to make a big move to the upside on the shorter term time frames, and I just want to let you guys know about that. Because once this is confirmed, like I said, we're eyeballing this 5 cent area. And then we're starting to look at this 9 cent area. Okay, we'll do it that way. And from there, it could be on, and I don't know, do we have this one on our watch list? We're going to add this one to our watch list and follow this one. Another little hottie is track. And this one's too hot. This one's too hot, road dog. She's already went. She's spent on the daily, on the weekly. Let me see what else we can get. That chart does not have enough information. She may already be gone. Now there's 2 different tracks, I believe. There's Origin Trail, which I think is the one I'm actually trying to look at here. This one is looking good. It's getting ready to have a golden cross here. I mean, the number getting ready to go up. We're flipping this area right here, possibly right here, into support for more upside. Looks like we got a nice possible Adam and Eve. I'd like to see it get up above this 382 area, about 30 cents, and then start working its way up toward 40. Looks like a nice little possibility there. I would be eyeballing this $40 target. And 53 is not out of the question there. And the 786 also has some confidence with the 618 when we extend this to the full extent of that move. That's all rubbish, I know, but it just gives us some other nice targets to look at for the long run. Maybe 63 cents. So for a long-term play, this one just is starting to move now, so we can probably see a nice quicker move up to about 40 cents, letting you at least, what is that, about a 30%, 50%? Possible 50% gain out of this one. One to put on your radar for sure. You guys remember Chili's? C8Z? It's often forgot about until it starts moving, and then everybody wants to get in on it, right? It's one of those that sits on the back burner, does nothing. Well, I wouldn't say it does nothing. Let's go with, I'm not looking for futures. Chili's tethers on Binance. That's probably your good one. So let's look at Chili's on the weekly here. Not as low as she could go down to 2 cents, right? Its lowest low so far has been 5 cents lately. Now back in 2020, it was at those juicy low prices, and it got hot, and it eventually got up to 93 cents. Quickly dumped back down to 17 cents. And then rose up to 65 cents. This one is like they do sports tokens and things like that. Interesting project, but very tied with soccer. Kind of big on that kind of thing. It definitely can make some moves. 28 cents seems to be a place that is worth looking at for rejection, though, and also right under 16 cents. She's trying to recover this area that she lost, and that might be an interesting play. I'm on the weekly chart. Let's come down to the daily, see what's going on. The daily is starting to look bullish, and that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. Now, she got rejected here, and we could, come back down to retest these areas around 6.5 cents. That's definitely plausible. Let's put a little line there. Go and label it green for support. The safe play on this one, if you really wanted it, would be to buy it above 8.5 cents after it clears that area, and then it'll start working on 9.8, and it's got to clear those areas. But she looks like she's trying to make progress to the upside. Higher highs, higher lows. Possible flag situation here if we come down on the 4 hour. 4 hour, it looks like she's trying to do this little head and shoulder thing. Could be a fake out. We're seeing that. That's what we saw in Caspa. When it comes to this stuff, I just like to draw my trend line here. That was broken. There is this one that may possibly, that's our Hail Mary catch. If this one loses, we'll see more downside, and that head and shoulders may actually come to fruition. Right now, I'm not so much seeing it. Right now, when you zoom out and just kind of go with the overall pattern, you're in a bearish megaphone pattern. It should break to the downside. Could bring us back to 6.5 cents. We've mentioned that several times, this area. If it is, that would be a nice little juicy buy zone. If it's not, and we bounce off of here, we're headed up toward 9 cents or better. So I'll keep on watching this one. Just wanted to put on your radar because she does like to run. And she will have her day, so 6.5 to 7 cents I think is juicy. Let's put that up here in this little area there. For a possible play, a little bit of a longer term hold, Chili's might, well, eventually it will. If you're getting in now, you'll say, woohoo, I got in at the right time. I'm just saying. But when she starts getting up to 40 cents, you'll say, I could have got in at 8 cents. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, people want to start buying in at 40 cents and try to ride it to $7 or something crazy. Buying the bottom is the great place on these coins. This one can be a snail until she's not. And then she has her little season. You get out of it when she starts popping up, especially anything dealing with soccer. We'll definitely pump it up. I'm going to look at one we hadn't looked at in a while, XDB. Digital bits. I call it a dead coin, but it's trying to stir something to life here, so let's look at it. This one's a risky play in my book because this team has done nothing during the bear market to build this. They seem to be pretty good at hype, and they're also tied with soccer coins and things like that, so we seem to be getting something going on with these sports tokens right now. But we got a double bottom here on XDB. Could this be the double bottom we've been waiting for? Because I'm telling you, this one's been a crazy ride. We thought we had a double bottom here. We were hoping for a double bottom here. It looked hopeful. that didn't pan out. That was when I gave up on this coin and made up my tribute to in memory of XDB at this Head and Shoulders, because I was calling it, it's over. The 27 club, because it's at 0.0027, and like a rock star, it died that day in my book. But now we've come down from there many, many zeros. Can you imagine riding this out and seeing your portfolio put in $1,000 here at that level and see it worth $100 right now? That hurt. Some people did that. I was trying to discourage that. It had its heyday. It looked like it's trying to make a comeback. It may be doing that now though. So it's a risky play, but if you're going to risk it, this is the area to risk it, because on the 4 hour, we're starting to see some bullish signs. It's been going on for a couple of days now. Now the struggle is still there, but she is not starting to do something very, very nice here. And it may be an Adam and Eve kind of double bottom, meaning that we can get back up to this area. From where we are, what is that? That's about a 93% gain. I don't even recommend buying at this particular area. There will be a pullback. There always is with this one. It's proven it knows how to go down. We can say that. This area at 0.00036, we're currently at 0.004. If you want to make a degen play, this might be one. Personally, I want to come over and just check X for this one, because see what they're up to. They're trying to do something, but the GitHub really, in my opinion, tells the whole story. There's nothing there. So let's do a little search for digital. Whoops. Do a little search for digital bits. So now we got XDB chain. Looks like they rebranded this. I'm going to click on their website there. And there's a pinned message there, but here's what's been going on. Welcome to a weekly recap of the events took place this week within the XDB community. They burned a total of 25 million tokens, and you need to, because you got way too many, resulting in a total supply of XDB tokens amounting 20 billion. So I think that's how they're going to try to come out of this hole. This is the guy behind it, Daniel Mincy, Daniel, why have you not been doing stuff in the bear market? In my personal opinion, this is an owner of a chain, so to speak, who probably has a lot of the tokens. The market cap's not that huge, so it's not like he's making big bank off of it. But hiring developers, I don't think we have a dedicated development team here. It's just freelance this, freelance that, and they haven't freelanced much of anything. So, you know, a lot of people got really hyped on this one. A lot of people very emotionally tied to it. I don't think you want to marry your coins. Don't get emotionally attached. You date them, you don't marry them. So that's what they seem to be doing, is burning, which can help, but it doesn't solve the problem. As what the hell do you do? Because I think they're kind of lacking some direction there. And I don't mean to sound totally negative about it, but I mean, the truth is over here. When you go check out GitHub, updated January 31st, 2022, updated September 24th, 2021, 2021, 2021, 2021, 2018. So you got no improvements, no new technology to add, no new insights, nothing to bring to here. It's concerning. So one of the things I do like to check on with a project, I got to see in the bear market they're doing stuff. Those are the ones that are going to be successful. The other ones, they just find a way to do a better money grab. Most of this is out in circulating supply. That's the good thing. They need to burn it to move it up. It's only got an $8 million market cap. I swear I saw that at 1 million at one time. Maybe I'm wrong, but could be totally wrong. So what I can say is that whatever money they got in there, they seem to spend it toward marketing, trying to do partnerships and spend that. I don't know, at your own risk, but it looks like it's finally starting to do something. Do I trust it? No, but some of us are degens and may try to play this, and there can be some gains now. It may actually start making a few higher highs and higher lows. Just be careful with that one. Alright, have I went over my whole list? I think I have. If you guys got anything you want me to take a look at, you can mention it quickly here. Okay, dog, can you take a look at Razor Network? I sure can. Let's go and make sure I get the right one over here. Razor Network. 1 billion maximum supply, like that. Half of that seems to be in circulating supply, 561 million. Low market cap, look at that, 2 million. 0.004, less than half a cent. This one you can find, where can you find you? Gate.io, Bit4X. Defined, Gate.io, MEXC, it's on MEXC, so that's cool. Uniswap also. So available out there, cool. Truly decentralized Oracle network for decentralized insurance, synthetic assets, stablecoins, and it's on the Scale. Now I'm liking Scale. We need to talk. Do I still have you? Look, this is token metrics right here. This is the investor grade tokens right now. These are the top ones. These are the ones that token metrics likes, and you know they're pretty decent at doing what they do, picking out things. It's just up to us to figure out the right times to get in them, right? Scale is on that list. 78% grade. That's the grade on it. The top ones are Solana, Tron, Chainlink, Phantom, Cardano. You know, your typical ones. But Scale is one that maybe we don't want to miss out on. And then, if I'm understanding this correctly, that this coin that we're looking at, Razor, is on the Scale network. So, might be worth looking at. Did we go over Scale? Because we were supposed to. It's on my list. So before I get to Razor, I do want to take a look at Scale real quick, because they kind of tie together there. And I can't remember if I did this or not, but I want to, because this is important. We're at a double bottom scenario. If you're looking at getting in on a project that Token Metrics says, hey, this one's got a good chance to do something big. This could be one of our big runners. It's sitting at 228 on the market cap right now. What if it runs up to the top 100? Yeah. Market cap is 154 million right now for Scale. That can easily add another 0. So an easy 10x, in my personal opinion, where we are at 3 cents. Could run to 30, could run a whole lot higher. But you can't ask for a better buy zone, and if you're degening in anything, this is the play. We buy the bottoms as close to the bottoms as we can, and we are still there. You're not missing out on it. You're at the best time. I'm looking for 11 cents. 3 to 11 cents is a nice big jump from here. What's going to help all this? Well, all the building that's going on, and that's where we get over to Razor that we just talked about, which is a new one for me, but understanding it's on the Scale network makes me think, I like this idea. How's you looking? We looked at this before. It's struggling, but it's got to get, it lost this main area. Well, one of the main areas. It does have a wick there. We can copy that and put it over to that wick. We're still below that one too. Safely, to play this safely, I would like to see it get above 4, you know, let's just say half a penny. If it gets a half a penny and starts climbing there, probably a good safe time. One of the safer times to get in on it. As it stands right now, it can still range down. It can still lose. And we're sitting here on the MACD, a little iffy there. So the warning is that because we still don't have this area of resistance tackled, there could still be some more downside. Doesn't have to happen. It may be ready to rock. But that would be the safe place to start looking at getting in when we get above, 0.0048, something like through that. Just under half a penny, which is still a great place to get in on this token, I think. Let's take a look at our history here. Did I click something? So it's, where's your all-time high? Where are you at? Do I have to do, here we go. No. I clicked something. I think I clicked this. Let's try it one more time. I want to see our all-time. I thought it said 98 cents. $0.97 3 years ago. Its all-time low was 3 months ago, 0.0034. We're at 0.004, so really close to all-time lows. It's it's a degen play, and on a network that could do some, it's just in serious accumulation at the bottoms. At some point, this can come back up here to this kind of neckline area. I'm really liking the slanted trend line here as a target. 10 cents in that area where it could get rejected, and we could see that it could get rejected there and do all this stuff again, or we could start breaking out and start going toward 18 cents. The thing to look at is all these areas here where there's little or no resistance, and getting above that area, and we could easily pop up to 3 cents or higher. So interesting project. It may be a little bit of a slow mover, and it may be one that you just want to nibble in, put some money in, throw it away, put it on the on a wallet, and just let it ride. Now let's take a look at some of the signals that we got here. My big concern is that we are under the 9-moving average, so I want to see that change on the bigger time frames, and that will be, hey, now we're starting to head up. So even on the 4-hour, we're struggling with that, and you just got the death cross here on the 4-hour. I mean, she's going to struggle. She's trying to struggle for a little while. So there's a lot of noise here. Let's get rid of that. She may have lost a trend line, or maybe flirting with losing it. She's definitely spiking through it. Testing the 100 daily moving average, and we got nothing really below that. Let's see what our other ones look like. Pull out the big dogs here. Where are they at? They're not even showing up. They're way up top. If you're investing DCAN and you believe in this one, you couldn't pick a better time. And you've got a range. If you're trying to play something quick to make some good gains, you might get lucky because she does like to spike up. That's a big spike. She's done that several times. May take a little while to get there. This one's going to be a slow mover, and basically I think the safe zone is when we get up about half a penny. But for the degen investors, these are some juicy prices. It just depends on your risk tolerance. But it's going to take this one a while to move, in my personal opinion. But when it does, it may be one of the good ones to go with. Myself says go scale. I'm really liking scale, and I need more exposure to that. So, did we put a hit? I need to make a plan to start working with this one because right off the bat here on the daily, we got Lucy's line up here at 5.6 cents telling me, we're headed there. So I'm not sure what else is on the scale network. It might be worth taking a look and seeing that. Okay, we got this one there. want to take a look at scale just real quick. Let's go over to the scale network. Let's see what they got on their, oh yeah, this is, I like their website. I keep saying that every time I see it. So here are some projects over there. Infrastructure got 3 air, first blockchain, whatever. Web3, Web3s. 5 stars, all land, NFT play. API 3 is working with them. API 3 is probably worth looking at too. Arweave, cool. I like Arweave. Baller City, so there's some development over there. There's actually quite a bit of development over there. It's just got, it'll take a while for, you know, to gain some ground. Wow, there's actually a lot. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So it's as a layer 2. It's what I want to be definitely paying a little bit more attention to. I like the dark horses, I like the dark play, and I like this being a double bottom in this area with potential to more and more upside, so. I want to set an alert, because I don't want to miss any chances. Myself says scale to the moon. I think it's got a good shot. I plan to focus more on this one now. So this afternoon, I'm going to have to sit down and come up with a plan on how to start moving some things in over here. I really kind of like it. I don't know. I mean, what if you put... I mean, no, you know, let's say $500. That's a fair bag. It's a good starter bag in my opinion. If you get the means to do that. Some people don't. Some of you guys are just, you know, some of you guys just may only have $100 in crypto, just nibbling and trying it out. And I'm here for you guys. $500 bags. Maybe you just got 1,000. You're not like some of these YouTubers sitting there throwing $40,000 into this and 40,000. You're not there. And to you, it doesn't even register. You're like, is that what you got to do to make money? I mean, I don't, you know, no. A lot of that's just being show off, trying to be the man and this and that and bragging or whatever. A lot of that money didn't come from trading. It come from, you know, they're funneling their profits into that. That's how that works. Maybe one day this YouTube channel will make lots of money and I can do that too. But I'm not going to try to mislead people saying that I made it all trading. But you start out small. $500 can turn into a lot with something like this, buying at these bottom prices. $100 could turn into a lot. I mean, $100 can turn into 1,000, and 10x goes to 30 cents. 500 can turn into 5,000. That's good money for what you're putting in. And that's just the start of it. What if you're serious about holding it, finding a good project like this one, and let's say that this one does take off as a layer 2 and it goes to $1.57. From 3 cents to $1.57 for $100. Yeah, not bad. Somebody puts 1,000 in, well, hey, even better. But these are the things that we want to look at for making these life-changing gains and life-changing money. It's a good, solid project at an accumulation bottom. I say you can't always buy the bottoms, but this is, you know, a good area, in my personal opinion, on not just on this one, but other coins that have good use cases and everything that are showing some of these same patterns, and they're out there. And I'm trying to bring those to you guys' attention just so you don't miss out. Not saying you have to take them, but you know, look at them, see what you think about it. It could be the one that does it for you. They could be the ones that do it for you. So, and this is one that I'm not if I've got anything in it, it's hardly anything at all, and not a serious bag. So I'm gonna start looking at this one like I was looking at me Caspa. Did we look at Caspa today? Why don't I take a look at Caspa? It's the shizzle. She's the hot one. She's the beauty queen, getting all the attention right now. The popular girl in school is Caspa. Everybody wants Caspa. Everybody's trying to get a date with Caspa, to get Caspa's phone number, just to get Caspa just to look their direction. Caspa's been fooling them all. And I remember we were looking at this Head and Shoulders thing, and I'm like, I think you teasing, baby. You teasing. And she was teasing. I'm looking for Caspa to start heading up to 17, 18 cents. I would not be surprised if we hit 23, 24 cents. She's just on a tear. Everybody wants her. She's the hottie. She's doing good. And DCAing, if you want Caspa, is probably the best thing you can do. Nibble here and there. Nibble everywhere. Just don't go all in. You could, but it may... You a grown-ass man, grown-ass woman. You do what you do. I'm just here giving you crypto opinion. You don't even have to agree with me. But no doubt doing some big things on Caspa. All right, guys, I think we've looked at everything. Check out with the chat one more time here. Myself, Caspa is killing. Caspa is definitely killing it. And so is Tao. And I have nibbled at Tao as I see it drop down to around $200. Just nibbling a little more. Not big, but I wanted to have a little bit more, and it's not blew my entry price out of the water or anything by any means. So when they get away from you, that's all you can do is nibble when they come down. You can kind of add a little bit more. All right, guys, I will be here again live tonight, probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. Set that bell notifications if you want to catch my random daily streams, which I think, have probably some of the most relevant information for the markets when I do them during the daytime, give them some daytime updates. But we do like to look at all the degen coins at nighttime, looking at the market. But guys, it's the weekend. We will lead off with Total 3, which is kind of struggling, but that's what we're looking for. Money coming into the altcoins. Is it happening? Starting to look like this may be a nice little weekend for some retail money to start coming in. May not be glorious. We'll still have to keep looking, but we got our bounces here. We're headed to the upside and it looks good. As people are starting to get out of that dirty fiat again, we're selling off here. And our tether is shaping up nice. I don't think it's going to be a total red weekend. I think retail is slowly coming in. Do we look at Tia? You're never going to end this art stream, are you, Road Dog? You're just going to keep going forever. I just like it, man. I get in these charts and I just keep seeing this opportunity to make these bags grow. Tia is headed to 829. In case you guys didn't know, that's a head up. Celestia, strong coin that's been popping out on the Cosmos ecosystem. Another favorite to just flip this level of resistance into support at 661. You probably won't see it below 661 again for a while. Meaning we're headed up to 8. We just flipped this area at 710. Be lucky if you see 710 again anytime in the near future. We're headed up on this. Oh, this little guy is blazing. Do I have you over here, Tia? I'm still working on some of these things. Do I not? I don't have Tia over here. I've got it on something. I thought I had it over here. Working on this big Unix account over there. I made some stupid decisions or didn't take profit enough, but we're okay. We're in the green. You're going to see me doing a little bit more big Unix over here. I want to do something kind of spot trading with a small amount, either $100 or $500, and show you guys what you can do with that on spot and limited choices there. Guys, until the night, be blessed, trade carefully, and just remember, hey, you're in here to make life-changing money and you're here at the right time. You guys are the smart guys. I'll see you guys tonight. God bless you all. God blesses everybody. Be positive. It's a great day. You're alive. You're breathing. It's an awesome day.